Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some Dungeons and Dragons. Damn, my stuff is a lot darker than I thought it was gonna be. I'm Sigor, your dungeon master for the evening, and
Are
this,
you?
it's super dark in this area. Oh, maybe I can kind of. No, I'm just gonna have to turn a light on in a minute, but we'll do it in a minute. Welcome back to some Descent into Avernus. We are currently on session. What session are we on, Moose? You keep up with that stuff, don't you?
Session 19.
Session 19. Wow. And let me go ahead and give the. Let's see. I have the date too, don't I? Session 19, specifically on Myrtle the 21st of the year 1492 DR. They don't technically know what time it is, but it is in Avernus because it's kind of perpetually bright
Could
outside.
be any time.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a time. There's a time that it is that they don't know. Last time on here, I'm not going to do the recap for y'all, but I just want to remind everyone that everyone's kind of been through a lot up in Baldur's Gate land for a while, but our guys finally made it down into Avernus on a specific city they were looking for. Who wants to talk about what y'all did last time?
I mean, I can do it.
Okay, all right, well, Mr. Moose, Mr. Hayes, let's go and get a recap, buddy.
All right. Let me do a little step here. Cheers, buddy. Okay. So last session we started right off with a bang, immediately into some combat, where we eventually saved Parkina from the bearded devils and the ghouls that came afterward. After that, we kind of gathered our wits, dusted ourselves off, and marched on to the flaming market of hell. And everything there was on fire and just destroyed. But we found I believe it was a halfling talking with an imp. It looked like they were, oh God.
Too bright. Too bright.
That was crazy. They were talking with an imp. It looked like they were making some kind of agreement. An agreement similar to one made by our resident paladin as well. But I decided to go in and check it out. I needed to put my lawyering skills to work, make sure everything was on the up and up. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. I was trying to get over on this man, and I wasn't having it. And you know who wasn't having it even more than me? Elgin. Because this motherfucker just walked up and evaporated this imp before we could even say anything about it. So,
he's causing problems.
Elgin destroyed the imp. We learned that the halfling's name was Plister, Mr. Plister, and his wife, Merrywhile, and their stupid kids. So now we have a whole band of survivors following us, but we're determined that we're going to get them and us to High Hall. So it's a few blocks away, but what do we find in our way? A whole lot of nothing. Literally a giant chasm in between where we are and High Hall. So while we're trying to figure out a way around, we made a new friend, a big bird-like demon called a Vrock, who we gave the name the Vrock, and we convinced him possibly to take up cooking so we could smell it. He ended up, we asked him if he could fly us over, and he said no. But he did tell us where we could go to possibly get across because there's still a bridge that is still intact. So he kind of told us how to get there. On the way there, we saw a group of undead ghasts chasing a girl into a house, screaming. Rhea, without hesitation, rushes in immediately before we could come up with a game plan. Honestly, it probably saved that little girl's life, but it was still a silly move. So she rushed in, we fight the gas, we save the little girl, and we add +1 to our weird band of immigrants that we have with us now, trying to go to High Hall. I also put a note here with multiple stars, underlines, and exclamation points that the shield is 100% correct, corrupting Elgin. And I circled it a couple times too. And that's where we are.
Okay, that's a good recap, man. You got that inspiration. You know how it goes. Take advantage of it. People keep forgetting about it, it seems. Make sure you use it when you can, if you think you need to.
Last time I had it, I didn't even make a roll. It was just RP.
That is true. That does happen sometime too. But I have a feeling you'll have a chance to use it tonight, so keep that in mind.
Spoilers.
So, you guys, you know what? Let's go ahead and head over to the game screen here. So, like you said, you guys had just rescued a child that ran into this house being chased by gas and whatnot. It was very, very close. But you guys managed to pull her out to safety and take care of the foes that were pursuing her. Just as a reminder, you do have an entire crew with you, as you said. Specifically, a halfling, his halfling wife, and their 3 halfling children, a human woman, Harkina Hunt, and her 2 children, both humans, and then another child, another human, that you don't know the name of, that you just rescued. So in total, what is that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people are currently traveling with you. Along with Rhea and Lulu, your little elephant buddy, and your knight lady, not in that order. So yeah, you guys are a big, big group.
We're a fellowship.
Yes, we are.
I am going to...
Fellowship of the Winged.
I believe we literally ended right here with that little girl holding on to you, just clearly traumatized by what's going on. You've already established you think she doesn't have any parents or whatnot. When you ask, she just shakes her head. But yeah, you guys are standing in the middle of the road right now with a child, some dead gas in a house, and an entire village behind you just waiting for your orders. What would y'all like to do?
I remember when we ended last time, I had made just a couple of comments to Elgin, discussing the use of magic in regards to healing Rhea, and we had a bit of a disagreement about the justification behind trying to keep Rhea from bleeding out by use of magic. And then after that, I'd started to walk.
That's right. Y'all did have a discussion when Rhea was not requesting her. I think she was saying she was okay, but she was clearly very hurt. And Doya still used magic. It was Doya, correct?
Yes.
Still used magic to heal her. And Elgin, you were trying to be convinced that it was a waste. You know exactly by who. No one else really does, though.
Yeah.
But I did note that seemed very out of character for him. Hence my note at the bottom of my notes from last week.
All right, well, you guys are standing here, currently alive and victors of your most recent battle. What are you doing?
I'll walk up to the... I'm assuming over here where Rhea and Lulu are, is that where all the people are hanging out?
They're a little more off-screen to the south, just because I don't want to pull out 9 tokens every map, but they're nearby.
I'll look over to Lulu and Rhea, and I'll look back at Lulu and say, do you mind perhaps keeping an eye on the rear and letting us know if you see anything following us?
And you're asking Lulu this?
Yes.
It looks like Lulu was kind of messing around with Rhea, but when you ask her this, she turns to you and says, Lulu can cover the rear. Lulu can watch for all danger, and if there is danger, you'll hear me shout. I'll go. And she lets out a quick 2 toots with her horn, her trunk.
I'll just give her a little bow. Which way do we need to go north, right?
Yeah, you guys came from the south. I could show you the big map if you'd like to see it. Let's take you over there.
No, I think I gotta.
Well, we poke around.
It kind of curves around.
Okay.
On the big map. Is there any chance we can do a look around to see if there's anything useful supply-wise in this area?
Yeah, you can if you want to, but I need to know how long you're planning to do that. If you're trying to go through broken houses and whatnot and burn buildings, there's a few hazards involved with that, and also a bit of time since you're trying to scour stuff. So how much time are you willing to dedicate to do that?
Just 5 minutes. Maybe these houses are right here where we're at, and we've already made noise.
Yeah, you could do that if you wanted to.
Sure.
Is everybody else? You kind of see Doya just. Are you going right now, Doya, or are you talking to your group?
I'm gonna go ahead and check like the house across the street and things like that.
Okay.
I'll see him walk out. Because I'll start to kind of walk back to the north. Are you sure it's a good idea to just waltz into these buildings alone?
Well, anything that would have been alerted to our presence probably would have been by all that fighting we just did. These are probably the safest buildings on the block now.
That's quite a bold assumption, I believe. But all right, but you need to perhaps let us know if you're going to saunter off on your own. And we shouldn't tarry here for very long.
I just want to see if there's maybe anything left in the kitchen over here.
No, it's probably well done by now. No good. And I'll walk to the north a little bit, and I'll just look out down the road to the north. Just kind of keep an eye out.
Stab starts walking to you and Doya and says, "Hey, hold up, old man Doya. Let me saunter with you. Let's go sauntering."
Very well then.
And if you're actually just searching the kitchen for anything useful, roll a d20 for me.
Not like any particular.
No, not in this case. Or actually, you know what? If you want to, do a survival check.
Oh, haven't used that one yet.
Okay, so
There's nothing here.
You enter into this house, and yeah, this looks like another one of those places that's just been ransacked by perhaps other survivors have come through already, perhaps devilish folk or even demons have came through here. Whatever the case, most everything here is in ruins. You don't see anything worth taking, not even any food.
They took all the food. They're probably human. There are other survivors out here.
Oh, look, no luck.
Ransacked.
Man, they didn't even
Right.
have any crackers or anything.
It's gonna be a hard thing to feed.
What a truly tough day to be alive.
15.
I'll look back to Elgin,
Mm-hmm.
and Rhea and Lulu, just kind of back in that direction. Are we ready to head out?
I'd say so.
Lulu and Rhea step up. Looks like they're kind of forming up to get ready to go. Elgin, you still have a child grasping onto your leg currently.
I'm gonna kind of looking down, having almost she's been so quiet, forgetting her presence. Look down and let her know that, young one, we're about to start our journey towards High Hall. I'm gonna be at the front of the line. Very dangerous there. I want you to stay close to, and I'm gonna kind of point in the direction of Lulu. See that strange creature? I want you to stay very close to Lulu.
She turns and kind of looks at it, and as soon as she does, Lulu just gets in her face and starts flapping back and forth. Stay with me and I'll keep you safe. In the back, we're going to watch for bad guys, and if they come, we yell. And then she toots twice again with her trumpet. And you could do it too.
Yes. Don't worry. And I'm gonna ask. By the way, what is your name?
She slowly starts to let go of your leg, and she manages to say, Shora.
Well, that's a mighty pretty name. Well, sure. Please, stay with my friend Lulu.
And when you say that, she turns to Lulu, and Lulu just gets in her face and kind of puts her ear on her, trying to make her like grab onto it. And eventually, the girl just doesn't really know what to do, but reaches for it and grabs it. And they both start heading south while Lulu is saying, "Come, look at all the friends back here. So many to talk to." And they both start heading back towards the pack.
Lulu is the best of us all.
This is fantastic. This is the best party ever.
Lulu then turns around and yells back at everybody, "Just in case, if you're in trouble, do I stay back here?"
I'll kind of jog up towards her, and I'll say, "No need to yell unless there's trouble, but stay with us, just behind."
"You got it. I'll be right here, ready to help."
Well, don't be right there. Like, bring them with us. We're moving as a group.
"Okay, I'm bringing them with you then." And Lulu just motions for everyone to move closer in and starts fluttering up a bit. And all the people
I'll
do start
address-
moving up.
I'll address them all. Look, I don't need to tell you what kind of danger we're all in, just by simply existing here. So, it's truly going to be a group effort. I need everyone to pay attention. Watch your surroundings, watch the windows, watch the rooftops. And if you see something... Exactly, you in the back, just like that.
That was so appropriately timed.
You see them kind of mumbling and exchanging words with each other, and Blister steps forward and says, You can count on us. We'll be okay. We'll stay out of your way, and if anything happens, we'll do what we have to."
Take cover first. Fight only if you need to. And I'll turn around. As I do, I'll kind of give Lulu a little wink and start marching back towards the front. We should go.
This is one big group, or are we going to put somebody out in front to scout?
Well, I suppose Stab is pretty quiet. He could lead the way and scout if there's any danger. But that also leaves us one less if we are ambushed.
We can call him back.
I'll look back
Put
at
him
Stab.
about.
He sort of just looks at all of you and says, I mean, I'm pretty good at sneaking. If you want me to sneak ahead, I can do that. Is that what you guys want? I'll do it."
I'll look to Doya.
I think it might be best to have somebody paving the way.
"Okay, guys, you just follow me, okay? I'll give you the signal. The signal will be, look, Hayes. I don't know what I'm doing, Hayes. What do I do? What should a signal be?" He leans in close to you.
Do you want like a code word?
I don't know if I see something. Do I just sprint back as hard as I can, or do I like wave? What do I do?
If you can get back safely, yes, you come back to us. But if you can't, perhaps you. I don't know. What's a hand signal you're comfortable with?
I know. If there's danger, I'll like hold my fist up, but I'll keep it hollow so you know I'm looking, and I'll just kind of wave it back and forth really fast so you can see.
That's perfect. That is perfect.
That means I'm
That's
looking
classic.
for it,
Danger.
and I found danger. Okay, this is the danger. This is me to look for it.
That is vintage Poulet there.
Okay, guys, I
Perfect.
got the signal. If I do this, stuff's happening. Okay? And he looks at you, Elgin and Ray and Doya.
What's the signal for if nothing's happening?
I don't know. I guess I'll just kind of come back and be like, it's all good. There's nothing.
That's fair. Well, very well. Stab, you will. I have a feeling you'll do a fine job.
Yeah, thanks, Muscles. I appreciate it. I'm going to do a fine job just for you. And for you, buddy. I'm always thinking of you. And he pats you on the shoulder, Hayes.
Whatever
And I guess
shoulder
you.
he
He
pats
points
me
you to
on,
it.
whatever shoulder he pats me on, I'll also, whatever arm he's not patting me, I'll use the other arm and pat him on the shoulder, so it's like a embrace almost.
He nods and just keeps patting for an awkwardly long time.
I stop.
And that's when he crouches down and he starts trying to sneak off to the north. And before he goes, he says, "You guys you're following me, right? Just kind of far behind."
I nod.
Okay, good. Okay,
Just
here I
far
go.
enough that everything that you encounter won't hear us coming, I think.
Oh, they won't hear me coming. They might hear you, but they won't hear me. And he starts patrolling to the north. Let's see how.
I rolled a 23 for him.
Oh, I did not know you had the power to do that. That is okay. He's super sneaky right now. I'm going to take us back to our main map. So, reminder of this is where you guys specifically are, represented by the little Lulu token. Right there. And, Stab Poulaire is able to scout out a good distance ahead. He's going to be about right here, where you guys are currently where you're at. And every space he moves forward from that, you guys follow behind. So that's a nice, safe distance away.
Okay.
I'll say the group is able to move right here. Until you see Stab kind of round a corner. And he pauses for a moment and just steps a little closer out of sight, hooking a left down this little rut area here. And then he just turns you see him sprinting around the corner towards you, like full sprint. And he's doing this the whole time. And as soon as he gets to you all in the front, he says, Guys, I heard screaming in a house around the corner and banging on the front door. I didn't know what to do."
Seems our services are needed.
Well, I guess we're off at it again.
I'll turn back to Lulu. Find a place for them to hide.
And be quiet about it.
"Okay, we'll be away. Don't you worry about us." And Lulu stays in the back while and starts telling everyone what's about to happen. What are you all doing?
I believe we were
I'll
about
look
to.
at. I'll just look at everybody. I'll look at Elgin. After you.
Oh yeah. I immediately draw my mace. Shield up. I'm on the clock.
I'm clocked in.
Okay,
I'm taking the front.
So are you guys sprinting ahead?
I believe
Yes.
I'll
yes.
follow whatever Elgin's pace is.
Yeah. I'm gonna sprint burst ahead.
And Doya, you?
I'm sticking with him.
All right. So you guys all rush to that corner. It's gonna move the camera again. I gotta move real quick. Right there. And when you round that corner, you see, first off, what's more immediate is the entire north side, minus a little bit to the east, seems to be just lit ablaze. And to your south, right around this corner, you see some shut doors and hear pounding on them. And I'm going to take us over to that area.
What kind of pounding?
Kind of like... sounds almost methodical, but random. Almost like there's multiple people pounding. You hear another scream at this point.
Sound like a human scream, or
It sounded like a woman's scream.
Can you give us a direction?
Yes, specifically the southwest.
I believe we'd like to start moving that direction,
Yes,
if it's okay with you.
You talking to me?
Yes.
You're free.
Just making sure you don't have anything you want us to do or not do before we start doing this.
Well, I'll tell you what. There was one thing. Let me remind you. The air here is smoldering. You're very uncomfortable. There is no proper temperature here. You are constantly have this feeling you're being watched almost at all times. You feel nothing but unease. And Elgin, you specifically just feel this dread upon you.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, yeah, you guys are good to do whatever.
Okay. Real quick, I guess. I do want to. I do want to ask Gargloff a question.
Okay, stop and ask him a question. That's up to you. Everybody else, you can do whatever.
Yeah, just kind of just is there any way you can, I don't know, tell us if we're being followed, watched?
The shield kind of chuckles in your mind alone and responds, "It is impossible to even communicate with telepathy without being heard in Avernus."
So the big bad knows we're in town.
You hear that hammering on the door still. And
Which door?
Directly to the south. That's a window to the left and right, and in the middle is the actual door.
Oh God. Okay, that's the door. I will walk up to it, and I'm just gonna kind of put my ear to it and see if I can determine what's banging on this door.
Sure. Make a perception check.
Can we see through these windows?
You can, but there are curtains pulled. Okay, so you listen closely, Hayes, to this door for this banging, just trying to verify what it might be, and you can't really tell. You know something's banging on the other side of the wall, but no one's saying anything. If it is someone.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna step back away from the door, and I'll look at Elgin and just wait for him to make eye contact with me for a brief second. And I'll say,
I'm gonna meet his eyes.
Okay. And I'll look back towards the door and I'll yell out, "Is there someone in there that needs help?"
No one responds, but you still hear.
Does it sound like, because I can't hear the sound you're making, is it just like, does it sound like someone's trying to get out, or like somebody is like...
It does sound like someone's trying to get out, like something slamming on the door trying to get through it.
I'm gonna put my hand on the. Is it like, how is the door? Does it have like a doorknob, or is it just like a?
It does have
handle, or
it actually has a knob.
I'm gonna try and turn it, just just to see if it turns.
All right, what were you saying, Hayes?
Oh, I was I'm gonna try something. I don't want to cut Elgin off.
Okay.
No, go ahead, because what you're gonna do is probably smarter than what I'm about to do.
You see Elgin approach. He's not at the door yet, but he seems to be approaching it, and he has his hand out like he's about to grab the doorknob.
I'll say, "Elgin, wait." And I'll take one more step closer to the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna put my both hands on the door, and I'm gonna say, This is my last request. If there's someone back there who needs help, make yourself known now."
No one says anything. And
I
Rhea
cast
draws her sword
Thunderwave
at this
on the
point.
door.
You cast the Thunderwave on the door?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
All right, show me some Thunderwave. Let's see how hard you can slam this door.
I'm gonna cast it as a level 1. It doesn't do much damage, but anything back there needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Wave of thunderous force sweeps out from me. Each creature in a 15-foot cube in front of me must make a con save. on a failed save, they take damage. On a successful save, they take half. If they do fail, though, they are also pushed 10 feet away from me.
Okay, I was trying to see if that goes through objects, and I'm not seeing where it says it doesn't. And in
I mean,
front
I
of
would
you's a
assume this thing
door.
would just shatter a door.
That's why I wanted to see the damage, because doors do have HP. But
Yeah.
I think this just goes through it, if I'm not mistaken. Because it's
See.
sound, right?
It says it's thunder damage, so it's like it's a force. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna work. So you put your hands on the door, and just this huge wave of force just cracks and splinters this door, and you
Can I-
hear.
Sorry, I was saying, can I use my inspiration to reroll the damage on it?
You can. I think it's just supposed to. Yeah, go ahead. If you want to use inspiration for that, you know what? Go. Let's do it. We'll make it extra
Use
cool.
the last time, I'm going all in this time. There we go.
That is catapult.
Oh, that was catapult. Well,
That
that's
would
not-
have been a lot of fucking damage,
I
though.
was saying that was a lot, dude. There we go.
Okay, so this door, that will be enough to shatter this door. As soon as it does, you see a
Oh, shit.
multitude, a horde of zombies beyond that are all getting slammed by this thunder wave, and I'm going to have them make some saves.
Oh, fuck.
Holy shit.
I see why they didn't answer now. Let me put this in my
My
notes.
fucking god.
Constitution savings throws, right? All right, they're
Correct.
going in groups
DC.
of four. Yeah, there's 12 of them, it looks like. So we're going in groups of 4. We'll start with bottom left and going up and around. So here's the first set of 4. They all rolled 5, so those 4 fail. Here's the next set of 4. They also super fail in the last set. I believe that fails.
It's off. It's DC 16.
Everything fails that's within range. Some might be slightly out of range. 2 of them would be out of range. Everything else, I think, is getting nailed. For 14 thunder damage. Do they all fly back, too?
Yes, they fly back 10 feet.
Holy shit. So all these zombies just go sailing back away from the door from this huge explosion into other
Can we get any
zombies.
damage for them flying into other zombies?
Yeah, I'm just about to start just slamming
Fucking
numbers.
pinball.
Bruh.
That's how you knock on a door.
Mm, let's go in order here. Whoops, I did not mean to roll. It's HP. I think that's what I just did.
How many third level spells do you have left?
That wasn't a third. That was a first level spell.
God damn! I don't know if y'all can see the health or not. I may have to fix the tokens, but they're really hurt. I'm almost caught up with them.
Oh, let's take off 3 damage. Oh, I'm sorry. Take off 2 damage from that 14 that I rolled.
Oh, really? Damn it. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled it at a 3rd level instead of a 2nd. Should
All
have
right. I got you.
rolled it. Got
I can fix that.
my mistake.
So still,
I
your
got
thunder
I got
just
excited.
slams all of these zombies back, except for 2 of them, as they go just crashing into other zombies, all prone, all back. And you see them slowly all regaining their composure and getting up with the intention of coming at you. A few of them missing body parts now, a few of them dripping unexplainable fluids. They're all
Ugh.
damn hurt. However, we are going to do some combat now. So everyone do your tokens, put them in combat, and let's do some initiative.
I look at Elgin and say, "Zombies!"
Well, this is my specialty.
I'm going to have them go initiative in
wait.
groups of 4.
Wait, since there's no Oh, wait, here. Maybe this is.
Somebody hadn't started the combat thing.
There you go. There should be
There
combat.
we go.
Okay, there it goes. Okay. It was lying to me.
I used my inspiration.
Inspiration.
I remembered.
Powerful. Oh, wow. Dude, we are high rolling.
One of them rolled a 0? Okay. All right. Well,
I didn't think that was possible.
Stab roll.
They have a -2, so it's possible.
Oh, shit. I didn't think about that.
all right. Well, let's go into some battle here. You guys are starting out with a huge advantage. Doya, one of your allies just erupted an explosion of sound and sent back, fortunately, a horde of the undead into this room. When you round the corner, you see just how much is in there. And I don't know if you see how hurt they are, but I'll fix that in a minute. They're all very, very wounded. What would you like to do?
How wide is this doorway?
It's about... I'll just go with the map. Say 10 feet. Yeah, it's double door.
So it looks like a direwolf would be able to fit through it.
Yeah, direwolf could creep right in.
We're going to go ahead and use our bonus action to direwolf up.
Oh.
Where
Let's see if
is
that
button?
works. All right, I'm updating them so you can see the health as we go.
Combat wild shape. And we're going to turn into a direwolf.
Okay. Do you have the ability to pull the direwolf token out yet?
Yes. I'm also fixing my health from last time we fought.
All good.
Lock that.
Through the fire and the flames.
And we're going to go ahead and bite the first one we come to with no pack tactics, but bite.
Where's your direwolf token?
It's coming.
Okay, so you see Doya, there he is, turn to this massive direwolf and just rush past you, Hayes, into this room with all these undead as he goes in to bite the one up front, which will hit for plenty of damage. These things are quite weak. As you just rip into this thing and throw it to the floor, he just crashes into pieces.
And we will hold the door for our allies.
Hodor.
And these ones will have a tiny skull in the top left corner because they're not actually in combat, they're groups. Okay, that's the end of your turn, right, Doya?
That's it.
Okay, next
Bonus
up's
action.
gonna be Elgin.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna step. Let's see. So it's 5, 10, 15. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get in right here. I'm just gonna start smacking.
Okay, all
let's
right.
see. Well, that's not gonna hit.
Now, well, hold on a second here. So you're swinging at this guy, right?
Yeah, this cat right here.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
Oh,
The +1 from the wolf.
never mind then.
You say these are groups of zombies, so what happens with like my strength save on bite?
I'm still running them as individual characters. They just initiative. They're all gonna go in order. Like a whole group of 4 go at the same time.
Okay.
So you.
I was
well-
confused by that.
Also, I wasn't able to add stab to the list. I rolled his initiative, but I didn't add him because I don't control his token.
keep forgetting about poor Stab, who was gonna go after Elgin. Look at that.
Oh, okay. Win.
But Elgin, you take your mace and just smash into the ribs of this zombie, expecting it to not give so much and get ready for a second strike. But your mace just goes halfway through its guts as you pull it out, and it just falls literally in half, just with a tiny bit of skin keeping it attached to the ground.
Ooh.
And it stops moving.
Well, since that one's dead, I'm gonna smack this one.
Okay, and again, because these are so wounded because of that thunderous blast, you just cleave through this one right in its neck between its shoulder and just send it spiraling to the ground.
I forgot what I could have done. Never mind. Save it for next round if they're still alive.
That's the end of your turn, Elgin.
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, that's going to bring us to Stab. Stab's going to draw his rapier and dagger and go running forwards. Sees a shit ton of undead and goes, holy, okay. Oh, well, Muscle's in there. Gotta go help him, right? And he kind of skirts around you, Doya. He's gonna move in by your side, Elgin. I think how much is that? 5, 10, 20. Okay, he's gonna use his cunning action just to go a little bit more because he wants to get in there. He's gonna start taking swings. See, first he's gonna use his rapier on the one alive right next to you, which is d20 plus 6. And that's definitely going to hit, and this thing is I already know it's going to get obliterated. It's going to take 7 piercing damage on top of its sneak attack. Yeah, a stab just comes up and just skewers this one completely. And finishes by slicing out its side. Trying to follow what you've been doing, Elgin. Knocking a lot of these things in half. This one goes spiraling to the ground as well. Yeah! And he's going to turn to the one right next to him and go for his second strike with his dagger. Which will also hit. Or not as much, but the most it could have. He'll stab into this one for 7. So this one seems to be a bit more beefy. Whoever this guy was in the past life, he must have worked out. He has a lot more health. And that's going to be the end of Stab's turn, which is going to take us to the first set of 4. These 4 guys on the left. They are all going to get to their feet. These are the set that got knocked back into the wall, or on the ground, and start shambling towards this giant fleshy wolf in front of them. There's actually no room for the last zombie, so he's just going to have to chill. 2 of these are swinging at you, Doya.
That's going to hit. That's also going to hit.
Okay, they just start bludgeoning you with their hands, just trying to smash you into the ground, and you will be taking... Wow. 12 bludgeoning damage from these things.
Okay.
Hayes, you're up.
Okay. I will step into the room. I will use my tempestuous magic to gust across these guys here. And as I'm coming down, I'm going to slam on the ground. I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave again.
Okay.
Out this way. I'll do it like this. Aim it down here. So I'm not. It's not gonna hit the one directly to my right.
Okay, so you're kind of gonna do it just in front. It's gonna hit the 4 in front of you,
Gonna hit
or
these,
5.
It's gonna hit these 5 in front of me.
Okay, let's see the Thunder Wave.
This Roda. This I'm casting at a first level. So it'll just be 3 damage, but they need to make it a con save.
All right. There's only 5 this time. I'll go ahead and have them all do it. And 5.
The last one succeeded.
The guy in the very back right of you is the only one that succeeded. All these other ones are getting blown away for 3 damage, right?
3 damage and get knocked back 10 feet. The one that succeeded takes 1 damage and doesn't get knocked back.
Okay. They're all still standing. They're quite wounded, but the Thunderwave didn't have the original oomph as the other one. As these 4 go flying back. And actually from... you know what? We're going to have one do a dex save. Because they suck at it. So let's see what happens here. Okay. This zombie actually slams directly into the one behind them. They both go tumbling back 5 feet. And also, the one in the back takes 1 more damage. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn, yes.
Okay, that's going to bring us to our second zombie group, which I think most of them are dead. That will leave us... Yep, 2 can move. So the one that was able to resist your knockback shambles up to you, Hayes. He's going to try to take a swing. And Elgin, the one directly in front of you, is also going to swing at you.
All right, bring it.
So it doesn't look like they're coming to bite, but they're just got these just meat hands just clambering down on top of you. Now, first one will be towards Hayes, which I don't think hits.
That is actually, I think for the first time, I think you've missed me.
It tries to just cleave onto you, but it's so slow, you're able to just step out of the way of it. The second set swipes at you, Elgin, but its attacks are so slow and weak right now because of how wounded it is. You're almost able to just take your mace and just guide them slightly to the side to where he just swings at air. And that'll bring us to our last set of zombies, which would be 1. 1 is going to try and attack Stab over in the corner here. Oh, and might actually hit him. He is wearing better armor now. Nope. Stab has actually upgraded his armor, but from a corpse last time. I don't think the stream got to see that. He found some unique leather armor. But it is enough to stop this zombie from slamming into him as Stab's able to move out of the way of that dude's attack. That'll take us to the top of the round. Doya.
I'm going to attack that one with pack tactics, so it'll be an advantaged bite.
And you should have a +1 as well.
Okay, and normal instinctual wolf mode, you grab onto this guy and just do that death shake as you just shake the life out of this thing, gripping onto him until this thing's body is just
horrified.
Little spots of black blood are just being flung around.
Gross.
But you have destroyed this zombie.
I'd also like to try to move through here. It may be difficult terrain or something like that.
Yes,
Would it be?
It will definitely be difficult terrain. It's too much BS in here.
Is it possible to move around in front of Hayes?
Oh, I totally forgot about Rhea too. Rhea's next. You could move through Hayes technically, but it's difficult terrain, and if you can't make it all the way without enough movement, then you can't go through.
Let's see. So all this is 10, 20. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop here. I'm attempting to try to get in front of Hayes to protect him, but we'll see how that goes.
My eyes are blinded by zombie blood that you just slung in my face. I can't see you're trying to get by me.
All right, in that case,
good boy.
that's going to bring us to Rhea, because she definitely is supposed to be on the initiative. As she has her sword drawn, she comes running in. 10, 15, 20. Sees just a ton of undead lying on the ground dead, and all of you relatively fine.
I just give her a thumbs up.
25, 30. Just goes for the only one she can actually see shambling right now and goes to strike at it.
I give that half smile, toothy grin with a thumbs up, like covered in zombie blood. Fine. Thing's fine.
Everything's just working out.
We're good, man.
Oh my god. The beefy goes to the gym zombie is about to just eat it. Let's see.
She must work out.
Dude, she's cleaved this motherfucker in half.
All right, not as big numbers as I expected, but oh wow. She tries her best to just hack this thing clean through, slashing at him twice. And this guy is barely standing. He has a sliver of life left. All right, Rhea seems a bit disappointed with herself. She's used to handling stuff like that quickly. Elgin, you're up.
Yeah. Let's see. So we got the guy in front of me, and we still got the guy that's on Rhea.
And you got
on
4
my
more
side of things.
in the
got
back.
4
side.
more over here. Okay. Let's no, I don't want to waste it. I'm gonna save it just in case. I'm gonna save it. Let's see. Okay, yeah, here. Let's do it this way. Where's my? There it is. I'm gonna go ahead and smack this dude.
Okay.
And hopefully that ends him.
You take your mace and you just swing at him. It glows slightly brighter and brighter the closer it gets to connecting to this guy. As soon as it hits him, that radiant stuff kicks in as you just juice this thing right through this guy's body. It's like you're swinging a giant sword right now. Your swings are so hard and it's just enchanted with this radiant holy magic. This dude
juice.
falls in two.
The juice.
Yeah. I'm just covered in it. Just covered in goo. Goo and zombie parts.
There's a lot of it
bro.
everywhere.
And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a moment. I'm gonna step around, and I want to clock this guy right here.
Okay, you got a +2 to whatever you roll right now.
Blam.
And you just a grinder right now with this mace. You just come up behind this guy and you didn't even put your back into it this time. You kind of just swatted at him, swatted him out of the way, and it was more than enough to put undead muscles over here into the ground.
Let's see. How many was that now?
Is that the end of your turn, Elgin?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, next up will be Stab, who sees there's still quite a few shambling in the back still. He's gonna, it's a little difficult terrain here, he's gonna weasel through here. 15 movement. Then he is gonna run up to this one right in the corner. He's gonna try to hit him with a stab attack.
Boo.
With his rapier. That is a critical strike. He is going to... That'll be... I think that's how it works. Way more than enough to just end this zombie's life, or undeath. As he again just creeps up on this thing and just hits him at all the right spots to stop this guy's movement completely. And as soon as he does, he already has his dagger in motion, aiming at the one slightly above him. And his momentum is so quick. As he was stabbing this one with his rapier, he kind of took his knife, twisted it around, going to stab the other. And it's like his grip just wasn't good enough on it, because when he flings his hand to stab, he hurls his knife across the room as it goes right past you, Hayes, and sticks into the wood on the wall.
Oh my god.
Quit throwing your weapons around.
He's going to use his cunning action to disengage. He shouts, "Hey, my bad, are you okay back there? That was my dagger."
You're supposed to hit the zombie.
That's going to end his turn. It's going to bring us to the next set of zombies, which is... Group 2 is just about completely dead. That's going to bring us to the one right next to you, Hayes. He's just going to try to swing his arms down on you again.
Okay. That is gonna hit.
This time he's able to just... It's almost like he lunges at you this time as he pounds your chest for 6 damage.
Okay. When he does, he's going to be assaulted with cold magic, and he's going to take 10 cold damage.
Oh. What is causing that? Let's link it.
From my armor of Agathis.
Armor of Agathis. So this barrier
It's like
is
crafting
on
it
you.
Before the gas fight.
And anytime something connects with you, it's just it feels this wave of cold just assaults it. Almost like a Hellish Rebuke, except, ice stuff instead. And it is more than enough to send this zombie completely frozen. As when he hits you, it's almost like he hit an ice bomb. This guy is completely frozen in motion before he can even pull his hands back after hitting you.
Cold boy.
Cold boy.
And that's it for
Just get a
all.
little smirk.
That's it for that
I
whole
love
group. Hayes, you're up.
Okay. After that, I will take a couple steps back this way, and I'll turn to this one here, and I will hold up my palm and let loose a ray of frost. It's going to be a 17 to hit.
That
for
will
14 damage.
definitely hit as you fire this ray of frost across the room, almost like you have this ice energy just built up already. This beam pierces a hole through this zombie's chest. You're supposed to this top one, right?
No, this one here.
Oh, that one. My bad. Yeah, this guy goes flying back and hits the ground. His wound almost completely frozen on the inside from where you hit him.
And I will. Is there a way I can kind of like try and take cover behind this desk?
Yeah, if you want to, you can duck behind it.
Right.
That would count as like that'd be like half cover, I think, if you were trying to duck
Yeah,
over.
I'll just kind of turn and duck behind it, just to try and maybe these things don't have object permanence. Forget about me.
Well, your ducking will partially work as the last set of zombies are up, and they're shambling forward. Still knowing you're there, but one sees this giant fleshy beast and wants a piece of it. The other just shambles right up to you on the side.
Ah, damn it.
We're going to start with Doya taking a slam attack. Wolf Doya, which does hit you for 6 more damage. The other zombie slams towards you, Hayes, which I think hits you?
That does, yes.
Okay. And it's going to hit you for 3 damage. This one doesn't hit you as hard, but he kind of just knocks you a bit.
He will also take 10 cold damage as the frost emanates. Like when he makes contact with me, it like runs up his arm.
And yeah, when he knocks you, this ice just erupts again and completely freezes this thing solid.
Can I just take like a quick free action to kick its ankle and break it off so it falls over?
You sure can.
Okay, I do that.
And it just shatters on the ground in front of you. That is the last squad's already been defeated, so that'd be top of the round technically. Doya, you're up.
I'm going to turn and bite at this one that just slammed me.
Okay, and this thing was barely holding on as you just, again, you clamp down, your mouth covered in this black, viscous blood, just absolutely disgusting. But Hayes, you look over and you see Doya go in chew toy mode again with another zombie as it just gets ragdolled and thrown to the ground. And that was our last zombie, taking us out of combat.
I'll stand up from behind the desk. Well, that was something. Perhaps we should see who was screaming in here, though. Hello? I'll look back towards this door back here.
Looking back towards the door, you definitely see a door back there. It looks like it's shattered mostly, but it also looks kind of barricaded, like you'll have to push through stuff. You also see, I want to have you make a check for this, because it's in the middle of the room. Amongst all these undead corpses is a human corpse on the ground, and it looks very fresh.
Oh, no.
Ew. Methinks we might have been too late.
Possibly. I'll knock on the shattered door, just like you would knock on your neighbor's door. Hello?
So you can, you don't get a response or anything knocking on it, but the door is like in pieces almost. There's just, it looks like maybe a dresser that comes up to about your height and some logs or some random wooden debris stacked on top. So you can see through it and around it, but you'd have to kind of shove to get in there.
Does it look like something I would be strong enough to do?
Well, given enough time, yeah, but other people might be able to do it a little quicker.
You want me to try?
I look at the wolf that's coming up behind me, and I'll kind of look at all the gross black ichor all over him. Have at it.
I would like to try to force my head through this hole if I can.
So you start trying to push your head through, Dora? Just your head? Are you trying to blunt hard force it, or just squeeze in so you can see?
Like a dog would do with a small hole in like a fence or something. Just so I can see what's going on in here.
Make a make an athletics check for me as Wolf.
Athletics check.
I'm gonna check out this corpse in the middle of the room too, to see if there's anything of interest on it while he's doing that.
That's just gonna be a strength check, I think.
Checking out the body, make a perception check for me. See what you see on it. Okay, that'll actually be enough. Wolf Doya, you shove your head in like a crack and just push pretty hard to get it through, and the whole barrier shakes a bit. And you can see in the next room pretty good. It looks like maybe an office of some sorts or a visitation area. But your head gets stuck. And as you jiggle it back and forth, you start to just bring down this entire barricade until you finally pull your head out, and it's just difficult terrain in front of you now with an opening. Hayes, looking at this body in the middle of the room, you don't find anything on the body itself. All you know is it's a slightly, maybe middle-aged, slightly older woman was what this corpse was once it was alive.
Gross.
Also, possibly just glancing around the room, it looks like this may have been a school.
How tall were these zombies? Did we just kill the younglings?
Oh God.
A lot of them came up to maybe your chest or slightly higher.
Oh no!
We killed younglings.
Well, okay. Well, I've got nothing. I suppose there's nothing that can be done there. We probably did them a favor, to be honest.
Do I
No.
hear or smell any living things still in this area?
What specific living thing you're trying to get the scent of? Because if you ask just living or whatnot, I'm gonna always say absolutely, and I'm gonna point to the man closest to you.
A unfamiliar smell of a humanoid.
Unfamiliar scent? Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check with your nostrils.
All right, then I'm going to use my keen hearing and smell to do a perception check.
You definitely get the scent of more humanoids deeper in this building.
I would like to start clawing at these boxes.
Okay, they're pretty scattered on the ground. You can't get through. Door's too small, but everyone else could get through at this point.
After attempting to get through for a few seconds, I will give up.
One moment. I'm going to go call for the others. If we can bring them in here and get them off the street, perhaps it's safe. We're going deeper in here.
Not a bad idea.
And I'll just kind of trot. I'll like give it a
Hello?
jog. Ah!
It's been a while. Is all right up here?
It is now. Perhaps you should bring everyone in here and hide. Be quiet. It's gross, but it's better than the street for now. But we don't know that the rest of the building is completely safe, but this room is secure. And I'll turn around and head back down towards the door.
Lulu flutters off.
And I'll poke my head in here.
So, looking in this room, it seems you would see this as kind of like I guess I'd compare it to a teacher's lounge. It looks like there used to be some nice furnishings in here, or furnishings, but there's a hole in the roof currently. The carpet is currently smoldering. The chairs are torn and thrown aside like something angry may have come through here.
Wonderful. I'll just do a quick, check of the bathroom here. I assume the door is fucked or opened.
Yeah, door's completely just off its hinges.
Okay. Does this look like... So if I've recognized that this is a school, is this some sort of, teacher's lounge or something?
Kinda, yeah.
This room is clear, but looks like... And looking over there, is that like a door that's bashed in?
Yes.
It seems something has come through here. Perhaps, Elgin, would you like to lead the way, or do we need to take a moment?
Well, we've been holding our own pretty well as of late. Almost too well, but I don't have much left in the tank as far as utilities. But I can still swing this mace. So long as everyone else can keep up, I'll keep pushing.
I don't believe we have a choice.
Then let's push on.
Agreed. We can't rightfully rest here if we don't know the building is secure.
I'm gonna...
Can I put my ear up to this door and see if I can hear anything on the other side?
Yeah, make another perception check. Okay, you put your ear up to that door and listen intently, but you don't hear anything on the other side.
I'll just look back to Elgin and shake my head. But I'll point over here to this busted area.
Okay. I'm going to let's see, do I still have any? Let me see if I have any of that left. Let's see what we got. Yes, I'm gonna use my divine sense. I want to see if I sense any fiends in the immediate area or any undead.
Okay, go ahead and link your divine sense for me.
All right.
Okay, you close your eyes, take a deep breath, and try to sense any fiends or undead or just anything of the sort in your nearby vicinity. And while you do get small pings of it a little bit to the north, you know it's most undead you've already felled. You don't sense anything else of the sort within your range.
Okay. I do want to take a peek. I'm gonna where Hayes pinged.
Sure. You enter in what looks to be a kitchen of sorts, or a cooking area, with a few dishes shattered out on the floor, grain spilled out, a few bowls where it looks like some soup was trying to be made. The food's not super old either, but it definitely looks like you probably shouldn't eat it.
Okay. Definitely been here a minute then. Well, there's a door, or is this a door or window?
To the south is a window.
Okay.
I'll just kind of whisper yell a little bit to Elgin. I'll say if we run into trouble, we should pull it back to the second room there.
I concur. Do we know what's behind that other door?
No. I didn't hear anything, but I can take a look.
No, I'll do it.
Right.
You should
Don't
stay
fetch an
back.
argument
just in
from me.
case. I'm gonna try and turn does this one have a knob or is it just a handle?
This one has a knob.
All right, I'm gonna turn it just to see if it turns.
It does not turn. Look, it feels like it's locked.
Okay.
Stab.
Yeah, we might want to.
Hey, what up?
Stab, we need you.
Okay, I'm here now. What do you need?
Well, I have a very important task for you. And I'm gonna step aside to right beside him and gesture at the door. This door, we need to get through it, but it's locked. We need your expertise to get it open.
All right, man, I got you. I've done this before. Stab steps up to the door and kneels down for a moment. And looks like he's kind of brushing his right boot a bit and then flexing his ankle. Then he stands up and takes a few steps back and gets in like he's about to charge motion.
Wait.
Hmm?
Wait. Do you have a way of maybe opening a locked door, but quietly? Is there a method that you know of that could accomplish those two things?
Oh, okay. He looks at you and he nods and he points at you. I catch what you're saying now. All right, I see.
Does he give me finger guns?
Just one of them, just one. Like this. As he reaches into his pack and he starts fiddling around for a bit until he takes out a small little kit and unfolds it neatly on the ground with various tools and whatnot, and starts prodding into the lock. He will make a sleight of hand check. What's his sleight of hand? It's pretty good. Let's see if he can do this. Just enough. He fiddles in the lock, and it looks like he's putting way too much pressure on. Neither of you are lockpicking experts, but you know there's no way it involves this much force, as his tool just slightly bends a bit more until click. And then he looks relieved. He starts trying to pull his tool out, but it's like stuck at first. He twists it a bit more and then takes it all the way out and just looks at both of you proudly, putting his tools away and says, "Yeah, no problem. Not just, I can do it that way or the other way or whatever way,
We appreciate your efforts. You've been of a real service." I'm gonna immediately step to the door. I'm gonna look back at both Stab and Hayes. I'm gonna have my mace at the ready, shield at the ready.
And I'll when he looks at me, I'll kind of give him say, 1 second. I'll turn around back to Rhea and Doya, and I'll say, Rhea, can you go check on Lulu and the rest and make sure they get back here safely? Doya, can you make sure the room is secure, since you can't fit through here? Bark once if you understand. Bark twice if you don't.
Nod from the wolf.
That works too.
Me likey.
And I'll turn back to Elgin and give him a nod. And finger guns.
All right. I am going to open the door.
When you open the
Immediately
door,
step in.
you can see a room that still looks pretty much all together. All the furnishings are intact. There's a few layers of dirty clothing on the ground. But the most notable thing is 2 people laying in the bed and empty vials around them.
Uh-oh.
A young to middle-aged man and young to middle-aged woman lay on the bed. Their corpses don't look that old at all. But one of them still seems to have an empty vial in his hand.
Seems as though we were just a hair too late.
And when I see this, I'm going to smash my mace against the wall. And then kind of step over towards them to get a closer look. I'm going to pick up one of the vials. Kind of sniff at it.
Trying to figure out what it was?
Yeah, see if I might have any inkling as to what it was they may have taken.
Make a medicine check with advantage.
All right. Wow.
Okay, so sniffing on this vial, immediately it burns your nostrils, holding it up. And you don't know what chemical it was, but just looking at the circumstances and how you found them, you can assume whatever this was that was ingested was meant to do what the results are currently.
We were too late.
Yes, it looks that way. Who do you think they were?
Probably more from El Terrell. Just like the others.
I mean, do you think they worked here? Teachers?
Quite possibly. They probably saw what happened to those children.
Well, clearly they did not want to meet the same fate.
Everyone's inside now, and oh gods.
I'll just kind of give her a side eye for a second, and then look back forward. And then I just want to casually open this trunk at the foot of the bed and look in it.
Okay, when you open that trunk, it looks to be mostly empty. There's actually a couple of clean shirts on the left side of the trunk, and on the right, 2 small red vials lay at the base.
I will grab the 2 red vials and look at them. Does the liquid inside look similar to what I'm already carrying and a couple other?
You've seen it enough now to where, yes, it does. These look to be basic healing potions.
Okay. I'll take one and I'll turn around and give one to Rhea. And I'll turn around towards Elgin and I'll give one to Elgin. I'll take the 2 shirts as well and just put them in my backpack for just in case if we need rags or clean rags or something.
Okay.
And I'll just say to Rhea, because I'll turn and start to kind of walk towards the door, and I'll just put my hand on her shoulder as she's holding the vial, and I say, in case we run out of magic.
She lets out a deep sigh and nods at you, just looking at the couple on the bed, and turns to leave. And as she's walking past you, Wolfdoya, she kind of just pats your face, just almost casually, as she says, let us hope that our hope stays stronger than the people in there, huh?
Wolfdoya again sort of kind of gives a nod gesture.
And as you're in this room, Hayes, you could see all the people you've brought with you are kind of in the corners of the room. A lot of them looking terrified at the undead abominations that are all over the floor. Especially the children. The parents are and whatnot are trying to huddle them up and not look at them.
Sorry for the decor, but it's probably safer in here for you to catch your breath. I'll just walk to one of the windows and peer out the curtains. And I've got to go blow my nose real quick.
That's fine. Lulu will float into the room, kind of assessing everything, and just says, "Oh, how sad. So many souls twisted and turned. Too many souls twisted and turned."
You're not wrong. Only we were sooner.
She floats up to you, Elgin, and says, "Don't be down. You've saved so many already, with more to save ahead. If we keep going, maybe we can save everyone."
And just the weight of everything that we have seen, I'm gonna give Lulu a labored smile, to let them know that I understand what they're trying to say, but I'm just gonna slump down against the wall and just kind of like sitting down and just kind of kind of daze off into my own world.
I
I know.
don't know if anybody else will notice, but when Lulu says we can save everyone, Wolfdoya will nod in a negative form.
Not in a negative form. Is that is that
Yes.
a head shake?
That's a head shake of no, we can't save everyone.
Lulu's gonna try to copy you, Elgin. As you slump down on the ground, she turns and just stops fluttering her wings and just goes plop on her rear right next to you. And
Lulu, you beautiful creature.
Stab will also walk up to you, Elgin. He'll say, "All right, so what are we doing? Are we hanging out here? Or what are we doing?"
I don't know if it's wise to stay here, but it
I don't-
might be our only choice.
I don't know, man. You guys look spent, but I mean, I can keep on stabbing. I got maybe 100 stabs left.
I think it might be wise for us to try and get some rest. I got a couple ideas.
Can we barricade the doors?
We should. Have an idea for perhaps some camouflage as well.
Anything's better than nothing.
I'll walk over to Rhea and say, Rhea, I believe we're going to be resting here for a while. We need to barricade the doors.
Rhea turns to you, actually with a surprised look on her face. She says, "Rest? We're going to rest here."
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I know time is of the essence, but all of this is for naught if we end up dead. And truth be told, I am hanging by a thread here, magically speaking. I believe Elgin is similar.
I'm going to go ahead and shift out of wolf form. If you can
Delete Wolf
get rid
Doya.
of the remove Wolfdoya.
Boom.
Thank you.
Puff of smoke and regular Doya appears behind you, Hayes.
Gosh, jeez. All right.
And besides, not everyone we travel with is a warrior.
They'll need rest as well.
You see Rhea looking down and start just clenching her fist tightly as she steps inside and looks over to you, Elgin, and shouts, "And you, Elgin, your magics are spent?"
My magics are spent, and so too is my spirit.
Well, we can get your spirit back.
What we have seen is horrors beyond imagine. I never thought that this is what we would find.
How long are we staying? The longer we stayed, the more dangerous it'll be. Is an hour enough to get us ready to make a mad dash for the keep?
I shake my head. Look,
Same.
the way I see it, we have encountered some sort of... We've encountered rascals at every corner of every block we've traversed so far. There are rascals abound, but the closer we get to High Hall, I believe these rascals will turn more into menaces.
And if High Hall is still defended, it's more likely we'll find allies that can help us get there.
We need to get there first. I'll just turn and look towards the outside at the giant wall of fire that's across the street. Assuming that does not come any closer, that could actually potentially shield us. The smoke and the fire rising into the sky could perhaps serve as some sort of cover from further out. But again, I will reiterate, it doesn't matter if we rest for an hour. If we plan to get there 3 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours earlier, and we die along the way, it means nothing.
Very
I don't
well
know
then.
about you, but I don't plan on dying before we get there.
Well, I would hope that none of us do, because if that were the case, I believe we should part ways immediately. Does anybody plan on dying before we get there? Any hands?
No one raises their
I-
hand.
Thought not. So we need to be smart. We need to rest. And again, not everyone is a battle-hardened veteran. And I'll kind of look to the younger kids. Now help me with this corpse. And I'll walk over to a corpse and I'll pick it up. And I just want to find the one that's that has the most pieces still left.
I think I know what you're thinking.
You're able to find a few corpses still with quite a few of their body parts left. Now, as you walk away to get a corpse, you finally hear Rhea say something again, and she says, "I'm going to go."
No, absolutely not.
I cannot stay knowing that others may die without intervention. Every minute counts, every second. If you throw your magics like your life is on the line every time we fight, and we have to stop like this, others will die. Safety is good, yes, but and she just starts looking at the ground, just like she can't find the words, and just speaks up and says, "I would rather die knowing that I had a chance to save people than wait and find more dead like this." And points behind you, Eldrin.
If you go and get yourself killed, you leave us with all of these people, one less person able to fight. So you're telling me that their lives mean less than potential lives?
She looks up at you in the eyes, Hayes, and it looks like she's scowling at this point. She says, "As long as when we walk upon the next batch of dead children, you're all right with it, then maybe."
I'm all right with none of this.
She walks away.
This is... Oh, right. All right. Good talk. And I'll take the corpse and keep dragging it outside.
You drag the corpse. How many corpses are you dragging? Just one?
Just one at a time. I'm
Okay.
gonna pick it up and try to stand it up. And I'm gonna pull my piton out of my bag with the hammer. And I'm gonna drive a stake through it into the wall here and attempt to make it kind of stand up.
Oh shit! So you're trying to hang undead essentially in front of the doors.
Yes.
Okay. So the walls are mostly stone, but you can, I guess if you have a piton, you have a hammer or something like that, right?
Yes.
Okay, you're able to just through the hands just hang this corpse above the door.
And yeah, I just want to make it. I want to try my best to make it look like it's standing outside the door.
Okay. So wait, how, are you doing it with his hands up then?
No, I mean, no, it's just still gonna be kind of slumped over, but it's a zombie. Like, nobody's gonna take a second look at that.
So you're trying to go through their chest with the piton.
Yeah, chest or some place that's gonna anchor it up.
Okay, in that case, you can anchor it to the door. I'd say that'd make more sense. As
Yeah, I was gonna try to do it to the door frame or something like that.
you hammer this zombie through the chest, and Doy and Elgin, you see a piton just through the wood, covered in blood, from your angle.
I'm gonna move a couple on top of these barrels, maybe slump them over it so it looks like maybe they're just dormant for the moment. Because I get an idea of what he's doing. He's trying to make it look like this is infested area.
Yeah.
So you drag a
I'm
couple
gonna-
zombies out here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a page out of Hayes' playbook as well, and I'm gonna help with the preparations. I'm gonna help drag more bodies out too.
And I'll hammer another one to the other side of the door as well.
Okay, and you're able to do that with 2 corpses as they're just strung up on these doors. Their feet are off the ground currently, but they're still not taller than you at the moment.
Yeah, as long as it's close. It just needs to be close, to where if someone just glances at it, they're not gonna think about it too hard.
Oh no.
Let's see. And I'll take a step back and I'll just put my hand to my chin, and almost like I'm admiring my work a little bit. I'm trying to think of what else could I do. I'm just kind of concentrating on that right now. Elgin, any ideas?
I don't know. Part of me feels like maybe we should have some protections.
Oh,
Some
I've
sort
got
of. Wait, what do you mean?
I need one more body.
I'll go. I'll immediately go in and drag one out for him.
And I want to bring it to this window here, and I want to take it and face it toward the window, and I want to take another piton and hammer it through its like waist and lean it up against the window like it's looking in the window.
Okay, you hammer this piton right through its waistline into the or this zombie right through its waistline into the window seal at the bottom, and it's just kind of hanging there as you lurch it forward a bit towards leaning on the window too.
All right, and I'll say, should we put one near the other window? Elgin.
I don't think that's a bad idea. The more they think that this area is infested, the less likely we are to have company.
I'll go in and I'll grab another one and drag it out, and I'll do the same over at this window.
All right, you take another zombie outside and continue hammering them up against the window. Made it look like they've just approached both windows looking for an angle in.
All right.
It's very gross out there right now.
Think this is about as good as it gets. And then we barricade the doors from inside.
Agreed. Once we get everyone back in, I'll start taking these desks and kind of push a couple up against the door, but then start piling some on top of one another, until I'm pretty certain that we've got a fairly solid barrier.
I'll assist him with that.
Okay, so you guys are shoving multiple desks in front of the door, barricading it up. Nice, I assume shutting at this point. And with so many desks in front of it, we'll go ahead and give it the locked condition, because right now it's going to be hard to get in here with all the stuff you put in front of it.
And meanwhile, I'll take all the rest of the zombies, the corpses, and I'm just going to make a pile over here in the corner.
You have to grab pieces of all the ones that are left, because a lot of them you all split
I'll
in
just
twain.
pick up arms and legs and heads and just kind of toss them over there. And I'll kind of wipe the sweat off of my brow and turn back to Stab and Rhea. We've got it. We've got it under control. Thanks. Thank you.
Stab smiles and waves. Rhea is currently just sitting with her back against the wall and her elbows hunched on her knees, just looking at the ground. And Lulu
How
is
distracted would my cohorts have been while they were working on this, out of curiosity?
they have been fully focused
My
on
attention
zombies.
is like, I
wasn't
would have
paying
noticed
attention to
jack shit.
I want to pull Ray off to the other corner for a second.
Okay. So you would have done this while they were working on all of that?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And as you do, Rhea reluctantly comes with you. She looks a little heated at the moment, but is just not saying anything.
Once I feel like we're out of hearing of the others, I'm gonna go. You're not gonna try something stupid, are you?
She looks to She looks to Hayes and Eldon just dragging like the third set of bodies outside the door, and then looks back to you, Doya, and says, "Seems even if I wanted to, it'll be too difficult to do now."
I stand behind my plan. I stand behind it.
They're worrying very hard about this front door. I don't think they've thought about the others yet. But still, they're right. If you go alone, you'll probably die.
She turns back to you and says two things. First, that's the only door, the rest are windows. And second, I would happily die knowing I tried to save others.
Dying to save others is difficult sometimes, but living to save others can be even harder.
I don't know how much more of... And she looks back to the middle of the room and just gestures towards it and says, "This I can take. We've stumbled upon too much, and while we have saved a good amount of people here, I just... If we wake and find corpses and they're fresh, what could have been different? If we had kept moving, what could have happened?"
We could have wandered into whatever demon was killing that person out of power and strength and led all these other innocents to their doom.
She stops making eye contact with you when you say that.
It's a hard thing. Sometimes you have to cut your losses, and sometimes you have to live with that decision for the rest of your life. Whether or not that you vote yes to send the Emerald Enclave, or vote no to try to keep your students and your fellow druids at home.
She looks
You
back
have
at
to live.
you. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
You have to live with which decision you make and all of the repercussions of it.
She looks back to you and says, looking slightly concerned now and less heated, and says, "You sound like you speak from experience. Emerald Enclave, that is a group of druids. Your people, yes?"
Yes. And sometimes the vote to go to war and the vote to stay at home can be very slim. Maybe even one man's vote.
She looks down a bit, and then back up at you and says, "I don't want to pry, but what is this choice? What is this war you speak of?"
A war to perhaps have saved El Terrell before all this started. If you had heard that El Terrell had fallen and that Baldur's Gate could be next, and you kept your students at home, how would you have felt?
She steps back from you a bit when you say that, Doya, and says, You could have intervened. You could have helped stop this. And you're saying you chose not to."
To protect my own, but I will look around the room.
You'll see
At what
me
cost?
and Elgin picking up individual body parts at this point and
Yeah.
carrying them, and just you hear me muffled just in the background saying, "No, there's a finger. The fingers are over there."
That's what you see when you look out to the side, Doya.
I'm just holding random arms and legs.
Go ahead, Doya.
Now the question is, maybe they could have helped, or maybe I would have led another 100 druids to their death. That's what I'll have to live with.
Her look almost goes blank as she just kind of lowers her guard completely and then just starts walking away.
I'm just gonna let her go and sit on what looks like a desk or a busted up filing cabinet or something.
And she slumps to the ground.
I'll sit next to her, but I'm not gonna. I'll look at her, and if she even glances in my direction, I'll just give her a nod, but I'm not gonna say anything to her.
She doesn't glance. Just looking at her face, it kind of looks like you've seen her in shock before. You've seen her furious. You almost see her kind of broken now.
The many faces of Ray. I know in my head there's nothing I'm gonna be able to say to her to help. And I didn't hear her conversation with Doy anyway, so I just think she's throwing herself a pity party. So I don't engage.
Okay. What's everybody else doing? We stopping for a long rest?
I'm gonna need a long rest.
I will need a long rest as well.
Okay. So you all do your best to get in position. Oh, how'd I miss a zombie? Should be over here.
I was gonna say we got a live one.
You all get in position to rest, and the people are trying to do the same after seeing you barricade the area and whatnot and put all the bodies outside and some of the corner as best you could. We'll all go to their corners and just kind of huddle together, just trying to rest and whatnot.
As I'm just as I've taken a moment to like sit down and catch a breath and look around the room, I want to go grab one more desk and I want to shove it up in the fireplace.
Okay, you can do that. You can go grab an extra desk and kind of put it in the fireplace a good bit. Just ram it in there. It shatters a good bit.
Careful.
Since it looks like we're stopping to eat and rest, I'm going to cast Goodberry.
Okay.
I'll probably have to pull out the whole thing, but it essentially can function as a ration. And
Yeah.
I will be passing them out to our assorted company.
Okay, so if you want to feed everybody, you're going to need to do it at least twice. Oh, you want to do that?
So.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Doy kind of reaches into his pocket and casts Goodberry and starts just pulling out all these berries and just handing them out.
Pocket fruit. Fantastic.
Now, whoever is eating one, it looks like it'll heal you for one, and you feel full and sustained, like you had a good meal.
That's what I'm talking about.
At the same time, however, strangely, when you actually chew into it and taste the juices and whatnot, it tastes like bile. Disgusting. Almost like you're eating
Ugh.
pus.
Ah. Oh. No. I force it down. There's something wrong with your pocket berries.
Sniff the one for myself a couple times, bite into it.
It smells normal, but as soon as you bite into it, the same things I just described to Hayes, it tastes like to you too.
Very odd. Do I have any idea what went on?
Make... What check would that be? Make a history check.
History check.
Or Arcana, I guess, if it's magic.
This one would be, I guess, magic maybe, but history would make more sense in this case because, Doya, thinking back to anything you know about Avernus, you're almost sure you may have read in a small passage somewhere or maybe overheard while just talking amongst friends and whatnot. Things in Avernus aren't always what they seem. Anything deemed good or holy may suddenly be horrible, disgusting, and ugly. Any food or normal things that a normal person would eat may taste awful, become gross and foul, even though they still sustain you.
I'm almost tempted to pull out a ration from the bag of holding, but at the same time I'm worried that it'll spoil the second I do. So I'm just gonna be very confused and worried.
And you see everyone else kind of, like some of the children even spit it out after they try to chew on this good berry.
That was unexpected.
All right. Well, are we bunkering down now? Or are we doing anything else?
Yeah, I've run off to the room that was in the back. And I'm just kind of slumped down in front of the bed, kind of staring at the two people that had killed themselves.
Okay.
Perhaps we should organize a watch. Maybe 2 people awake at all times.
I'll take first watch.
All right. Lulu, do you sleep?
Sleep. Sleep can be fun.
But do you need it?
She tilts her head and starts looking up at the ceiling. No, I don't think so. Sometimes I just do it because I see others do it.
Okay. Could you keep watch with Doya? And if anyone comes in or out of this building, be it through the door or a window or chimney or a hole in the ceiling,
Lulu
you
can watch all.
blow your little trumpet as loud as it would go.
Doya can sleep. Lulu will watch. And she kind of pats you with her ear, Doya.
Perhaps 2 people watching would be ideal.
I'm not quite ready, Lou.
I will
Just in
follow
case
your lead.
something- Just in case something incapacitates one of the 2 of you.
Nothing would incapacitate Lulu. Lulu will beat up the bad guys.
Indeed you will. And there will be plenty to defeat still. But I think it's for the best. We have a 2-person watch. We have plenty of people here. Let the children sleep, but between the rest of them, we could easily work out a 2-person rotation.
Who will
Now,
watch with Lulu then? Will it be you?
Well, you will watch with Doya, and then you can watch with me, and then you can watch with... And I'll just look over at, Plister, and I will look at Harkina as well. Are either of you feeling up to keeping an eye out while the rest of us get some sleep? Alternating, of course. You will also get to rest.
Plister doesn't speak up, but Harkina says, I've stayed up plenty of times to watch out just in case for the little ones here. I can do it now for everyone else, if it'll help us get through this.
Okay, so Doyle will watch, then I will watch, Harkina, then you, and perhaps then Stab.
Stab waves, even though you can't really see him. You're not looking at him right now, Hayes, and just says, yeah, I can watch, buddy. You just say the word. 4th watch? Got it.
Alright, I'll nod and I'll walk back over here to the corner and I'll pull out my bedroll and I'll just lay it out and lay down.
All right, so you get comfy in the corner. Stab steps off the wall and kind of looks around and then just lays down on the floor on the woods, like, and it just doesn't say anything. Just and thinks to himself, I'll try to sleep here, I guess.
Does he not have like a bedroll or something?
I don't think he does.
I'll pull the one out of the bag of holding for him.
Okay, you take out a bedroll, and then he immediately, and you're looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
He hops up and jogs over to you and says, "Doya, awesome, a bedroll. We sharing? You can join me, buddy."
I'm good for the moment. Plus, I think I have 2 more in here. I think I have Ernie's, Elgin, sorry, and maybe somebody else's. I might have Stabs. That might be why I have 3.
Oh, well, Whatever, I'll take this one. This one smells better anyhow. And he takes the bedroll you have out. Lulu will flutter up to this window and kind of just poke her head in between the curtains, looking outside, and sees the back of a zombie against the window. Immediately pulls back and yells, "Yuhei's, there's a zombie on the window!"
Is it moving?
She pokes her head back through again and comes back. No, it's just standing there.
It's dead. I put it there. It's fine.
Oh, Lulu will look past the zombie then, and just pokes her head back through the curtain.
I just whisper to myself, we are all dead. We're all going to die. And I'll try and doze off.
Who was the first watch with Lulu?
Me.
Okay, so time's going to start skipping ahead a little bit here. How many hours until you wake the next person, Doya?
4.
4?
Yes.
Okay. Give me just a second here. So you guys won't need everybody technically for the watch, will you?
No. Especially not with Lulu and Harkina helping too.
Right. All right. So time starts passing. About 3 hours go by uninterrupted. And Doya, you're kind of just hanging out over in the corner. Lulu has her head still through the curtain, just fluttering, looking outside. Give me just a second here. Let's see. Okay, Lulu is fluttering up at that curtain, Doya. What are you doing?
I'm sitting in the corner, sort of kind of a little depressed after my conversation with Rhea, just playing with my staff and the ash and dirt that's in the floor here, just kind of stirring around, maybe making symbols and scratching them out.
Okay. Lulu slowly backs away from the window and starts fluttering up to you. And it looks like she's trying to be very quiet while she does it. And she goes right up to you and goes, Doya, yes? Doya, Lulu sees something, but Lulu thinks we should say nothing.
What is it?
Do you know what a Narzagon is?
I'm going to guess no. I probably have never heard of this, right?
No, you would never have heard of this.
Very dangerous devil. Come look, yes, come look. Then you will know, but say nothing.
And she
Understood.
floats away again. And Lulu, with her trunk, slowly pulls back the curtain. And I'll just open it up so you can see here. And looking outside, you can see what looks like a demonic knight on top of a large black flaming horse. The horse looks like this,
Ugh,
and the
No.
knight looks like this.
double no.
He seems to just be looking directly in your direction, Doya. And then Lulu... Say what?
Is it like he's already seen us, or is it more like he sort of is sensing something this way and is trying to hone in on it?
As soon as the curtains open, it looks like he was already looking your direction. Now he's just looking at you. And then Lulu closes the curtain and says,
He was looking this way for a while, but I don't know if he'll attack us. But he is too strong for us, too strong for Lulu. So we do nothing and say nothing.
With us having sit there, would that count as a short rest in any form or fashion?
for 3 hours? Only if you were actually doing a short rest. But if you do a short rest now, your long rest would reset.
Okay, got it.
Just go away. Go. Get.
I'm gonna try to quietly take a couple steps back away from this window.
Yes, we wait, Doya. Maybe he will leave.
So you tiptoe back to your corner, Doya. What do you do?
I'm going to start debating my plan of action.
Okay.
But I'm kind of curious if anything changes here in the next 30 seconds.
So a few seconds go by, and for some reason now everything just seems immensely quiet. Way too quiet. You can hear the sound of hooves on pavement, just one after another now, stepping. You can't tell if they're getting closer or further away. Are you still just sitting there?
I'd like to attempt to stealth. We're just here in the room, just like no breaths, nothing. Just hide myself right there and go like movie silent, like where you don't breathe, you don't even move, you just forget and hold yourself.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
It's probably gonna go bad.
Lulu's actually going to do the same.
Oh no. Oh no.
Doya, you just sit down on this broken piece of furniture and just hold your breath, trying to be quiet. And when you sit back down on this piece of furniture, the side of it breaks and cracks off, almost echoing the room as you hit the ground, waking up a few people as they look at you startled. Plister says to
Finger
you,
up to the mouth, like quiet. I don't even make the shush now noise. I'm just like,
it looks like Plister was about to say something to you, but just says, he starts to talk and says, "What?" And he looks around a little bit startled, and so does everyone else, but they follow suit and they say nothing. That hoof on pavement sound, you hear it again, and everyone else does now too as they look around, and you see Arkina just cover the mouths of both the kids, and Plister's just getting low to the ground, and all of his family following suit. The echoing of those hooves almost sounds like it's inside the house now. 10 seconds go by. 15 seconds go by. After about 30 seconds, the sound vanishes. And you hear nothing.
I want to stay another 30 or 40 seconds frozen.
Okay. You stay frozen for another 30 to 40 seconds. And
Any
all's quiet.
change?
No change. At this point, actually, Lulu flutters up to the window and pokes her head through again.
It's like a
Don't be
cat.
standing there.
And when she comes back, she looks relieved as she turns to you and says, "Okay, it's gone."
Right. That will take a year or two off your life.
Everyone's safe. It didn't attack. What was it you say? Nothing. Everyone go to sleep.
I'm not even going to try sitting on this thing. I'm afraid it's going to make more noise. I'm just going to collapse on the floor.
Okay. Everyone does relax again and starts laying back down. And in the process, Lulu starts talking again to Doya and says,
Narzagon. Very, very dangerous. Very elite devil. I don't know why it didn't attack. Maybe it was ordered just to hunt down aggressors. Maybe it was ordered to hunt down demons. Either way, it didn't hunt us down, and that's good.
What else can you tell me about it?
They're very mean. If you try to talk to it, it'll hit you.
Well, no warning shots. I'll sort of kind of look over at Stab.
Not for a Narzagon. Nope, nope.
They follow orders. Absolute orders.
Do you know any weaknesses of them?
Let's let Lulu do a little check. Her memory is pretty effed up. Let's see if she can remember something here. What would that be? Be history. Actually, I can just roll it off her sheet. Do a disadvantage. A 7. She thinks for a moment. And you see her tilt her head one way, and then another, and then another. No, I don't think it has a weakness.
Make sure Rhea doesn't hear about this.
Does Rhea not like Narzicons?
Rhea's at the point that she's ready to die for a cause.
Oh. Hopefully she doesn't, and you don't either.
Yes. Something like that, there'd be no stopping her.
Well, you get rest. Others may wake soon. Hopefully they'll be ready. Lulu will keep watch. Maybe no more Narzicons.
Thank you, Lulu. And it's only been 3 hours, but I'm going to go ahead and get whoever's next in rotation.
Okay, who you
That
grabbing?
would be, that
Soup?
would have been me.
I'll pull you over to this side of the room and relay a few brief facts about what just happened.
Wait, what? What happened?
There's things out there.
Is
Devils
it a Dark Rider?
on a flaming horse. Can you believe that?
Maybe. It sounds like you're kind of making it up. Is this a joke?
I have never seen such an evil creature in my life.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out for it. And
Almost seemed like
Tristan.
it could sense us here. It was staring at the window when Lulu showed it to me.
maybe he was looking at the zombies.
I swear it made eye contact.
Wait, you stuck your head out the window?
Well, we looked. That's it.
I look over at the window right now. What do I see at the window?
You see the curtains, like, Lulu's head is stuck between them. The curtains are resting on her neck.
I cast Mage Hand, and I immediately send it over and pull her and, like, tug her back out of the window.
She feels something tugging her and then floats back with it and turns and then sees this. What's the hand look like?
It will look almost like a bluish white kind of spectral glove, almost.
She looks at this glove and says,
Oh, hello, hand. Do you need a hand?
I'll have it turn around and point towards me.
and then she looks towards you and uses one
And
of
I'm
her
already-
ears to wave.
I'm already, when she looks at me, I'm already doing this.
She then gleefully flies up to you while saying,
Haze, you're awake. There was a Narzicon earlier, but it's gone now.
Yes, I heard, and you know what else I heard?
What did you hear? Lulu loves
That
stories.
That you and Doya were sticking your heads through the curtains. Why?
You said Lulu keeps watch, so Lulu
You do
watched.
keep watch, but you don't stick your whole head out the window. You just peek through a crack. You peek through a crack, that's all you need. Look, Lulu, don't put your head through the curtains, okay?
But Lulu can't see then.
Lulu, I don't need you to necessarily stare out the window. I just need you to make sure. I need you to listen more than anything. If you hear something, then you come grab somebody with hands that can open the curtains delicately and just peek out. If you stick your whole head out, they're going to know we're here.
Oh. Lulu will listen then. Lulu has good ears.
You have great ears. Use your ears and then quietly use your mouth to tell us if you hear something.
Okay, quiet like this. Lulu will put
Exactly.
her ear on the curtain.
And flies back over towards the curtain. And literally while floating, you see her lift an ear and then just lightly flutter to the curtain. Now her ear's resting
Isn't
on
it moving the curtains?
It's like fluttering slightly because she's in the air.
Okay. As long as it's not like rapidly moving.
No, it's not
Fine.
rapidly, not rapidly moving.
Okay. All right. Well, do you want to get some rest then, Doya?
I think so. If that thing returns, we'll need every trick in our book. And I have a feeling that it knows we're here, but Lulu said those things follow orders.
Just a
It's
matter
possible.
of whether or not it cares.
Exactly.
Very well. Well, hopefully we at least can get a few hours. How long was I out?
About 3. It's a start.
Okay. Well, get some rest. I'll keep watch. And I'll walk over to this window and I'm gonna reach into my pouch and I'm gonna pull out like 10 or 15 ball bearings and just set them inside the window, Home Alone style.
All right, you line up the floor with balls to slip on in front of that window.
And I'll go back and I'm gonna pull out one of the chairs from one of these leftover desks and I'll just sit in the chair, just kind of in the middle of the room.
All right, you sit in the middle of the room on a chair that looks to be intact mostly. And are you just hanging out now for your watch?
Yeah, I'll just kind of be really just kind of playing with the buttons on my clothes and nothing like rotating the little bracelet I have around my wrist.
All right. How many hours until you're waking up the next person?
4. At which point I'll wake up Harkina.
Okay. For the duration of your watch, it's actually uneventful. Nothing comes by, or at least Lulu doesn't say anything comes by. Her ear's been kind of up to this curtain this entire time. But 4 hours pass uninterrupted.
Okay. I'll go over to Harkina and gently wake her.
And she wakes up. Her kids are laying on her right now. And she says, oh, it's my turn. Very well. And just
it's been
gently
all
lays
quiet,
them down.
But just as a warning, there are ball bearings by that window over there, so be careful if you walk there.
How long until I should wake you up?
Let's see. Next on the list, you'll want to wake up Stab. Honestly, he's been asleep at this point for 7 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You could honestly wake him up after an hour or two, whatever you're needing.
Okay, I can do that. Get some rest while you can.
I'll go back over and lay back down and zonk back out. I can sleep anywhere.
My trance will have ended after 4 hours as well.
Mm-hmm. She sees you get up, Doya, and looks a little bit confused and says, sir, aren't you going to rest?
An old elf like me, 4 hours is plenty.
Very well, then you have the watch.
We have the watch.
She nods and thanks you, and actually goes back to sit back down and sit with her children.
Before I close my eyes, I want to take one more look at Lulu. What's that fucking elephant doing?
When you look back up at her, she looks bored. It's almost like she's humming to herself with her ear on the tapestry, and then turns to look at you, and then takes her ear off just for a moment to wave with it, and then puts it back on.
I'll say, Lulu, if you want to get some rest, you can.
Sleep? Sure, why not?
And then she
Probably for the best.
flies up right next to you and just lays next to you.
Well, good night. I'll turn and put my back to her.
All right, and this for this final watch, Doya, I'll go ahead and tell you nothing unusual happens. It sounds like the fire outside never stopped going. That's maybe the only unusual thing, like a non-stop burning. But everyone gains the benefit of a long rest at this point.
Yes.
It's almost by instinct at this point that most of you just start opening your eyes after you've gained enough sleep to get that long rest, and are reminded of the environment you're in. Elgin, you slowly open your eyes and see a suicided couple as your first sight as you're sitting in this room, just taking in the depressing environment you're in. Hayes, Stab, you both wake up and see a lot of these families getting up, and a horde of what must have been undead adolescents gathered up in the corner, just again taking it all in. But it's another day currently in Avernus.
I'll wake up and start to roll my bedroll up, and I will take out a ration and eat it. Does it taste like garbage?
You take out some jerky, some dried jerky, and bite into it, expecting to taste jerky, but instead it tastes like it almost tastes like you're eating rubber that was left in a muddy puddle when you put it in your mouth.
Ugh, God, no. It's better than starving, I suppose. And I'll walk over to the window and pick up my ball bearings.
All right, you gather up all the ball bearings. They were undisturbed throughout the night.
Elgin, did you rest?
Yes. I just needed some time.
I do believe we need to depart from here quickly, now that we are awake. Apparently we
Yes.
had a visitor during Doya's watch.
The Narzagon in Nightmare!
It was
Oh.
some sort of demon on a black steed.
No,
Fiery.
not a demon, a devil! Lulu floats in
Devil.
front of you.
Great. Much better. Regardless, it seemed as though it knew we were here, but didn't care. Either way, we don't need to stay here if it knows we're here.
The hits just keep on coming.
That
Well,
being said, I do feel a bit better.
I do as well. Let's get the hell out of here.
I'll step towards the families. Well, are we all feeling up to continuing our journey then?
Arkina steps up to you first and says, anything to get out of here already. Sleeping with the undead is not exactly... Well, I guess it could be worse, but not exactly good for the children and whatnot.
Well, I suppose you could look at it as they're no longer undead, they're just dead.
She just lets off one chuckle hearing that, which is the first time you've seen her smile this whole time.
I'll turn back to Stab. Got him. And then turn back towards the door. And I want to walk.
Before you turn
Go ahead.
back, if you turn to Stab and say got him, he immediately shouts, yeah, you did, and holds his hand up for a high five.
I won't go for the high. No, I'm going to take my left hand and put it on his shoulder. And I'll take my right hand and I'll just give him a light high five.
Yeah, light high five. I'll take it.
And I'll chuckle and then walk over to the window and I'll just peek outside and make sure that the coast is clear. And the zombie will startle me a little bit. I forgot about it, honestly.
When you look
shit.
outside, you see
yeah.
a zombie.
Does it look clear?
Yeah, you don't see anything out there right now.
I'll close the window. I'll go to Elgin. Believe the coast is clear.
All right. I'll exit first.
Everyone, we're headed out. Does anyone need anything before we go? All right. That settles that. Let's do it.
All right. Let's see. There we go.
You guys,
Oh God!
you unbarricade the door, and you see your undead friend still stapled to the outside, bodies just plastered up.
I want to pry my pittance out of these two in the doorway as I walk out, just to move them out of the way, and get two of my pittance back.
Okay, and you do so. You're able to recover both of them.
Okay. I'll leave the other two.
All right, are you guys proceeding onward?
Proceeding onward.
Okay. That's going to take us back to our big El Terrell map here. You guys are rested up and are proceeding north. Fortunately, for a good chunk of the distance, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward some time here because you guys don't run into anything else at the moment. About another 15-minute trek to the north, and you can finally see it. You see a bridge that's intact, connecting to the other end of El Terrell. And as you approach the bridge, you could see a few figures on it, actually. It looks like some devils are standing there, but they're not moving. It looks like they're just standing guard. Now, a few of those weird spined devils as well. The one you engaged back with Amric, actually, a lot of them look just like it, are sitting on the bridge as well. As you approach, it seems one of them was already looking your direction as he sees you approaching, but doesn't move, and just kind of motions to his others and just points over at you all. And they kind of just look at you, but they don't do anything. I'm gonna put y'all right there. So yeah, you're kind of looking at them, and they're looking at you. What would you like to do?
Can you describe the chasm? Is it like just lava or fire below us, or are we floating up above something else?
You are currently floating way, way up in the air. The chasm looks like a pit that falls way to the ground. And I'll say by now, you guys would have maybe peeked over the ledge at one point, right? You guys got pretty close. When you looked over the ledge down to this chasm below, it was hard to see, but it looked like a bunch of tiny specks fighting each other. Like, you couldn't tell, but something would leap in the air, and it has like 8 arms, and another thing had this huge long pole arm. This other thing was... it looked weird, but it almost looked like it was driving something, but there seems to be a massive battle just waging deep under the city.
Based on that map we saw, does anything down there look familiar at all?
No, not really. No.
Cool. That's all I had to ask.
I'll look to Elgin and Doya. Any ideas? Do we just ask them politely if we could pass? Or should we throw the first blow?
They're going to want something.
Everything in this place is not what it seems.
They're probably going to want one of our companions. Perhaps that coin could get us past the bridge.
It's possible. Gargoyle, what do you think?
Gargoth speaks in all of your heads for this and says,
Subterfuge, diplomacy, trickery, violence. Many answers to the same problem. A personal preference.
I'm not sure if that was a yes or a no, but we can try.
I think he said anything goes as long as we can make it stick.
Well, then if that's the case, we can try to do this the easy way. But if they demand blood, we can choose to do it the really easy way.
Yes, I think for the benefit of those with us who cannot defend themselves, we should try and pick the diplomatic option for now. But if things go south, they need to be ready to run.
Aye.
We also can't have them hide while we try the diplomatic option or the demon. The devils will think we're trying to pull a fast one. So we either need to hide them and fight, or try diplomacy and bring them.
Or just bear rush it.
What, like, just try and run across?
Fight on as we charge across.
One of the devils kind of they both seem to have pole arms, and he sets it to the side and just kind of leans on it with another hand on his hip as he's looking at all of you.
It looks like he might try and call the cops.
I have an idea. Let's try diplomacy first.
All right. I'll turn back to Lulu and the rest. Everybody, be ready for anything.
They all nod, and Lulu says, Lulu remembers, stay in the back and watch. We'll be in the back. You go ahead.
Lulu, add protect them onto that list. If anything attacks, protect them.
And protect them.
Please.
All right, Elgin, it's on you.
I'm gonna step forward towards the
Oh, whoops.
our pole-armed devils.
So you're approaching the bridge because you're not at it quite yet, right?
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and activate it
I'm
then.
walking up,
As
and
you
I'm not armed. Or at least I don't have my weapons drawn or anything like that.
Okay. So you step up to this bridge, and as soon as you do, one of the bearded devils takes a few steps forward towards you and stops. And then he actually yells out at you and says, Argosh of the 12th Infantry Legion, Lucille's whip. Who's you and why are you here?
I'm gonna have both of my hands up. I'm gonna try and make myself as small as possible.
Well, before you say something, there's something I need you to do too. Or specifically, I need a few of you to do. If you are proficient in Arcana, Religion, or History, make one of those checks for me.
Oh, what if we're proficient in all of those?
Choose one and you do the best.
I got nothing.
Okay, Elgin, you're formulating your speech in your head as you're walking forward, but Doya and Hayes, you notice immediately this bridge seems to have some sort of runic protection on it. You see these runes strewn out across them, and thinking back, you remember reading that El Terrell had a bridge that was almost like a defense mechanism against certain characters. And you remember that there was a phrase that you could utter while touching the bridge to activate it. That phrase was Der Korl.
Spell that?
Dercorl.
Okay. One sec. I'll put my hand on Elgin's shoulder, and I'll continue walking with him. Like I'll match his stride, still just slightly behind you diagonally, and I'll say, if things go bad, I do recognize these runes. I think we could use them to our advantage.
I'll whisper back. Good. If it goes south, you know what to do.
I nod. I look back to Doya, and do I notice him like having the same kind of shit-eating grin on his face that I do?
Do you?
I do. There's something I do want to look for if we've got the time.
What's that?
Do these runes look like they've been altered in any form or fashion?
They look worn, if anything, but based on your readings and remembering what this is supposed to be, they look to be intact still.
Okay. I'm worried that they've been tampered with.
Would my Arcana check reveal, perchance, like more like a general idea of what will happen when I activate these runes? If I activate these runes?
Not particularly, other than having to do something with Torm, the god
Okay.
of Torm.
Okay, that's all I need to know. And I'll follow Elgin's lead.
Okay,
Alright.
now Elgin, you can do what you're doing. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. I'm not gonna take a step any further. I'm just gonna speak from here. My name is Elgin Greymalkin. I simply am wishing to pass. I've been traveling for days. I'm weary. And so are my companions. We
I'll step
simply
up
wish
and
to
just
pass.
wave. And after I
ahead.
wave, I'll just rest my hand on the bridge, casually.
Argosh turns to the other bearded devil and says, "Oh, Yurok! He wishes to pass! What say you? We move aside, yes?" And then Yurok says back to him,
Of course we let them pass. But, you know, standing guard all day and night for stragglers and whatnot, seems we should get something out of it, right? Maybe from them. What would you offer us to stand aside?
Well, and I'm gonna act as pitiful as humanly possible. Well, I am but a lowly human, half at that. My other poor, pitiful half-elf self. Between the two sides, we have not but 2 red pennies to rub together. However, I'm gonna reach behind me and then draw forth the soul coin that we found the previous day. I have this. I believe you call it a soul coin. I have no use for it, but maybe some enterprising devils such as yourself. Maybe you could make use of it.
Yurok, he has a soul coin. That's pretty valuable. What do you think?
I'm gonna step up next to Elgin while they're arguing and be like, is this wise?
Just play along.
Yurok looks to Argash and says,
It's a start. But a little more, of course, because who would the soul coin go to? It should be me, of course, but you'll likely complain. You, lowly human. A soul coin and 400 gold for our trouble.
Oh, I apologize. I don't have much in the way of monies. This soul coin is literally all I have, save for my weapons and the shield on my back.
I'm just gonna look at Elgin and see if he just looks over to me and makes eye contact.
I'm gonna cut my eyes towards Hayes, and I'm also gonna make sure that Doya recognizes that I'm gonna I'm going to try and make a gesture in such a way that lets them know that I'm not serious about giving them anything that's on my person.
Doyle has no idea that that's your plan. He's worried that you're about to like flip on us.
Can I do an insight check to see if I can pick up on that?
Yes.
Yeah. By all means, I'm leaving myself open.
Okay, is a 10 enough to tell that, Elgin?
Oh man. You know, I would say with my charisma being a 20, that it would not be. But I'm being very. I'm trying to allow myself to be incredibly obvious to anyone who would know me that I have no intention of giving over anything.
Doyle's gonna at least relax at this point.
But what I'm gonna, and to make it even more plain, how about this? I don't think this mace would do neither of you any good. I doubt either of you could even wield it. But I tell you what I'll do. I'll give you the soul coin. And I'll also give you this shield. The shield is rather powerful. But to make it easier, since you two seem to not be certain which one of you should claim which item, I'll simply lay them both on the ground, and I'll step away.
What, hold on, Elgin. You can't be serious about that shield. It's magnificent. You know what? I believe we need to make sure that they're worthy of that shield.
Yes.
Let me ask you a riddle, dear friend. And I'm just casually leaning on the bridge at this point. Are you ready?
You waste our time. Make the deal or leave.
What did the demon trying to cross the bridge say to the other demon?
Argosh looks at Yurok for an answer, to which he just says,
Riddles from a tiefling, how original.
I'm just looking expectingly.
but they're kind of both just staring at you, and then they stare at one another then afterwards. And he looks back to you and says,
You know, if not 400 gold, perhaps one of those in the back? Perhaps one of the children?
You didn't answer my question. Do you give up? What did the demon trying to cross the bridge say to the devil guarding the bridge?
Likely nothing, because if a demon came to the bridge, we would skewer it and spill its bile everywhere. And then harvest it for alchemical purposes.
That's disgusting, but that is the wrong answer. The correct answer is dear Coral.
the moment you utter those words, the runes on the bridge start dimly glowing and rotating. As soon as they do, the devils look to the ground a bit confused as Argosh says, what have you done? What is? Before he could
I don't know.
before he could say anything else, holy radiant lightning starts just dashing across the bridge. Oh, hold on, I messed up there. There we go. Just zapping everything on the bridge as this holy radiant energy just starts shocking through their bodies, forking back and forth for a lot of damage.
I just laugh.
Everything on the bridge is going to take 23 damage as all of the spined devils at once just get incinerated in this bright light until they turn to ash. The bearded devils, however, still stand as the lightning pulsates one final time and the runes settle back down. As they fall, they're both on their knees and they slowly look up and say, Argos yells, "Damn tricksters!" and starts rushing you with his glaive.
I just said, funny joke.
But we're not going to go into combat. We are going to call it there for the evening. As you guys...
Great special effects.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
Yes.
I put work on those. As both these guys they look pretty much half dead now after that little trick, along with all their allies. But yeah, we'll go into combat first thing next time when we come back.
Yeah.
So let's go to some more chill music here. We go back to our little group chat. Man, y'all figured out them Zambos pretty good, huh?
We did.
That was the biggest knock on a door I've ever seen.
That was actually pretty damn slick. I like how that played out.
I'm just glad that it wasn't living school children back there that is blasted to hell.
Dude, if we would have opened that door and it would have been actual like human children that are perfectly fine and innocent. Not gonna lie.
I would have just jumped into the chasm.
Oh no, I'm just like Gargoyle, you could just take my soul.
Oh man,
we have fallen.
Yeah, it worked. That worked out way better than it could have. If you had opened that door, Elgin, they're just leaning on it. You would have just been covered in zombies on the ground.
Oh god, you know what? Seems like a good way to die.
Hey, somebody's knocking on the door. I'm asking who's there. If they don't answer, they're getting the thunder wave.
Yes.
But yeah, you guys handled that really well. You see Rhea has such an intense want of justice that she seems she's willing to throw her life away at every nook and cranny. But you guys were able to kind of just deal with that for the time being.
We calmed her down, I think. I think we did.
I was really surprised she didn't try to bolt in the night.
That's why I didn't. That's why I wanted two people guarding, and it's why I didn't choose her to guard.
What do you think Lulu would have done if it was just her, though? Okay,
Lulu,
be safe, have fun.
No.
Yeah.
no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted two people watching.
Lulu would have let her go.
Okay,
bye-bye.
She stayed and watched for y'all, though. I think
I also
Nazugan?
said don't let anybody in or out.
That's true. That's true. You did say that. And Doria opted to not try and deal with the threat that was looming outside. An incredibly wise choice.
It would have been a glorious battle.
We'll see.
I was legit bothered by the fact that thing showed up.
I feel like Merrick would have shot an arrow at it while asking what it wants.
What is it?
State your business. Is this already firing the arrow? Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. But it went about its business, wherever it may be. Who knows? Maybe it'll make a reappearance. And you still have all your people. Everyone's still alive for now.
Word that we found.
Yeah, there were a few casualties, it seems, in that school, but y'all are doing pretty good given the circumstances. I'd say. Since we're not expert hell elite explorers. This is our first time here, right?
Well, also we're not gonna be able to save everybody.
No,
that's just unrealistic. We just got to do as much good as we can with the resources we have available to us.
Exactly.
Precisely.
That is all you can hope to do. And so far, I say you're doing a pretty good job of it. So good work, team. You're doing it. You did find out that Avernus is a bit tricky with the way it treats stuff. Not only does it feel like shit here, it tastes like shit here. So it's unfortunate. No matter what you try to eat for the time being, it seems to just be fucking awful. So
I feel bad about those rashes I gave those people then, because they probably taste like shit.
And when someone's in shock enough, I don't think their taste buds could even register that. So you haven't heard anything about it yet until people within their wherewithals took a bite and, okay, I'm eating pus. What the hell is this? So, and there's lots more tricks where that came from. But we're going to find out later on what else Avernus has in store for us. But for now, I guess it's time to close out of here. Anyone got any comments? Want to shout out to the world or us before we go?
Miss you, Pooh. Come back.
Yeah.
Yes.
We need Stab.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Stab. Hope he comes
The
back.
Pooh
So-
later.
He should be back next week, I think. His business trip should be done. So hopefully we'll have Stab
Okay.
back in the saddle ready to go.
Good.
And we will for sure, for the love of God, we will for sure be playing on Thursday. For the love of all things holy.
I mean,
Oh yeah,
Thursday,
y'all
no matter
missed
what.
the
We-
last
I think like
the
3.
last 2. Oh,
Last
as
3
3.
weeks.
Gee. Oh yeah,
It's-
that's right. That's right.
And
It's just been a lot of uncontrollable things.
our Wednesday game, too, is delayed again. It was going to start last week. Bakamus, the most chattered Chatson I've ever seen. I'm sorry I didn't respond to you a lot there, Bakamus. I was too occupied and I need a third monitor. She's one of our players for our Wednesday game, and she has to get gallbladder surgery soon. So instead of start a session and then like be out for the next 3 or 4 weeks because she can't sit in a chair because she's recovering or whatever, we figured we'd just put it off and start a little bit later. So that's coming probably mid-November, I would expect now, which is also
Yeah.
Endwalker time. So I will do my best to manage my time. It's gonna be real hard though. So our next stream will be Thursday. It's our Rhyme with the Frost Maiden. Starts at 7 p.m. Central. You heard it from Moose himself, doing it no matter what. If I'm the only player
I'm
there,
off.
please let me be the player and you can control everybody else. That would be hilarious.
That would be
But
very fucking hilarious.
It'd just be me talking to myself the whole time.
it would.
No, I'm off all week this week, so I've got all the time in the world to get everything ready and rest and all that stuff. So
Cool. All right. Oh, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and drop my final lines here. Thanks, everybody, for being with us tonight. This has been Cloak and Stagger presenting some Descent into Avernus. We do this every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central. Most cases, sometimes a little later. Maybe even a little earlier sometimes. Maybe we'll throw a curveball sometime. Either way, most cases, 8 p.m. Central. I'm streaming more often throughout the week now, just random stuff. A little bit of New World, a little bit of Final Fantasy, and then whatever else. So if you get bored, check out our Twitch channel. I'm doing something. One day, I'm going to get on VR and hang out with Ernie here and do some scary games at some point. I don't know when. We're going to do it at some point, though.
yeah, we need to play some Phasmophobia.
Yes.
I get my VR set up. I
Yes.
want to do it. I want to do it. What else? Oh, yeah. We got a TikTok. I made a stupid SpongeBob thing. Go check it out. What's it called, Moose?
Our TikTok?
Yeah. It's just Cloak and Stagger, right?
Just Cloak and Stagger, yeah.
Yeah, easy peasy. Just Google us. We're all over the place. Just look at stuff.
Cloak and Stagger live.
Hit the
Yeah.
Googles.
Cloak and Stagger live.
Cloak Stagger. Okay, yeah, because some people took Cloak and Stagger because it's a Tom and Jerry cartoon name, so they took it back in the past. But we're making it more poppin'. We pop up first on YouTube now when you search us. So take that fucking Tom and Jerry episode. All right, but that's all I got. Again, thanks everybody for being out there tonight, and we will see you next time. Y'all have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Danger. Danger.